All right, what is going on, guys? Got another breakdown for UFC Vegas 47. This one's on the prelims at welterweight. We got Phil Rowe taking on Jason Witt. Rowe's going to have a very significant advantage in reach, almost 10 inches. He is a few inches taller, too. He's one of the more rangy fighters in the division. So I'll start with Jason Witt. So, coming off a very good win for him, you could argue maybe the best win of his career against Brian Barberena. And first round of that, he does what he does well. He's a good takedown artist, and he's got good top control. He's got pretty good ground and pound too when he can posture up. It's not like he's always chipping away, but when he does posture up, he can really do a lot of damage. We saw that against Cole Williams. Had him busted open before he worked in the arm triangle choke. Pretty dominant performance there. And yeah, when Jason was able to win the fights, when he can get the takedowns, imposes wrestling. Striking wise, he does have some decent hooks when he comes over the top of them. Not a ton of volume, but he's got decent power. And yeah, the best part of his game is the wrestling takedown game. And against Barberena, gets the takedown in the first round, controls him for much of the first round. Pretty clear win in the first for Jason Witt. Second round, a little bit closer, but Jason Witt still gets a couple takedowns. Has some good striking exchanges too, and goes into the third round up 2-0. And then he gets rocked a couple times in the third when he's shooting for takedowns kind of wildly. And it looked like he was going to get stopped. He barely survives that one, gets the majority decision. But before that, gets KO'd in the first round against Matthew Semmelsberger. Had that Cole Williams win in between, which again was a great win for him. But Takashi Sato gets starched in the first round, gets caught with a left hook, and ground and pound gets him out of there. And it's the troubling thing with Jason Witt. He's got a lot of knockout losses. Lost to Hugh Pulley by knockout. Justin Patterson, and a lot of these are like early in the round. Like he just gets caught. It's not like it's like an extended combination that puts him out. He just doesn't seem to take punches very well. And I'm sure if you've been paying attention, because we are later in the week, big factor that people are talking about. If you're talking about this fight, it's Jason Witt's chin. And so, I've been going back and forth on this fight all week, and I had to go look to see if the accusations about Jason Witt's chin are real. Because, yeah, I know that he's been knocked out in the first round twice in the UFC very early. He's got some more knockout losses on his record, but the thing that concerns me is when you go watch a lot of these fights, even when he doesn't get knocked out, he gets wobbled. Like every time he gets hit clean, he seems like he's hurt. Like against Mark Lemminger, a fight that he won, good win, really strong bounce back in the third, gets the KO there. But every time that Lemminger would hit him, which wasn't much, he just landed a couple hooks. They wobbled him, and he had him backing up. And it's just not good to see. Like Jason Witt gets wobbled a lot, man. Even when he doesn't get finished, if he gets hit clean, he gets wobbled. But I would say he's going to have the wrestling advantage in this one. But segueing into Phil Rowe, man, if you look at Phil Rowe's game and you just look at his body of work and who he trains with and his physical attributes, this guy should be so good. He has so many tools. But I don't know, there's just something about him that he doesn't seem to be able to get to the next level. But maybe it's unfair because against Orion Cosey, last fight out, Cosey comes in undefeated. I believe Phil Rowe is a small underdog in this one because I faded him. I didn't like his performance against Gabe Green. And he has a great performance against Cosey. Loses the first round, gets controlled for much of it. Cosey is not able to posture up and land big ground and pound because Philip Rowe is very good BJJ. He's got the long limbs that just naturally add to it, add to his submission game, get up ability, whatever. Does a ton of competitive grappling and trains with a lot of high level grapplers. Like this is what I'm saying, man. Like, spent a lot of time training with Jacare. For this camp, he's been training with Vicente Luque, Fusion XL, so he trains with Rodolfo Vieira a lot. And just a lot of competitive grappling. This guy really puts the work in, man, and he's got a lot of skills. But yeah, just I'll finish up with the Kosi fight before I go off on a tangent. But against Kosi in the second round, he just tees off on him. And Kosi, we know now that he has an iron jaw because he took so much punishment, ate so many clean uppercuts, hooks, knees to the head he was taking, and he just got absolutely battered for like a minute and a half before he finally got KO'd. But yeah, Rowe, when he really gets extended, he's got these windmill type punches that are devastating. And when he does stun his opponent, he's really good at following up and getting the finish. He'll just rip these windmill hooks to the body that are just devastating. He gets these knees to the head. And yeah, he's got a lot of power, man. He really does. What I dislike about his game is he does a lot of flashy shit. He has the Charles Air Jourdain syndrome a little bit, where he just like throws an ill-advised flying knee, gets taken down, or just like stupid shit like that, where he has a lot of tools. He also backs up a lot. Like you see a guy like this, you'd think that he would stay at range and just try to pick off his opponent, but he moves laterally a lot. Fights off his back foot quite well, though. I will add that. But yeah, he moves back a lot, which sometimes doesn't allow him to get his windmill punches going. But he will step in from time to time. But yeah, a lot of moving backwards from Philip Rowe, which isn't that great. But yeah, on the ground, he's got a good ground game. Again, like we said, he's just naturally big. I think he's going to have decent get up ability in this one. But again, it comes back to, like I was saying, on the feet. He's got the Air Jourdain syndrome. On the ground, he's a little too comfortable off of his back, just fishing for submissions when he could get up. And it's just not good to see. There's a couple things in Philip Rowe's game that lend to giving away rounds, which is concerning. But yeah, if you ask me, this is one of the funner matchups on the card. I mean, man, we're at like Thursday night, and we haven't had really any fights that I know of other than the Sam Alvey fight getting canceled for COVID. So I mean, I hope I didn't just jinx it. I'm knocking wood right now, but yeah, this is one of the funner matchups on the card. It could go either way, man. I've been going back and forth on it all week, and if Jason Witt is gonna win, Jason Witt at plus 104, I think it's gonna be by decision. I believe that Jason Witt is undefeated in decisions. He's got a couple good third round wins too. He's got decent cardio. Trains at James Krause Glory MMA. So yeah, they're gonna come in with a smart game plan, and I would be absolutely shocked if they don't look to wrestle right away. And yeah, if you think that Jason Witt can just control Philip Rowe for 3 rounds, totally possible, or at least 10 minutes, it's totally possible. Like I definitely think that Witt is gonna get a takedown or two in this fight because Philip Rowe's takedown defense is a little suspect. Then, like I said, once he gets there, he's good at preventing his opponent from really doing a lot of damage, but he could look to get up more. I think he just fishes for these submissions, doesn't really get them, and against a guy like Jason Witt, you're just going to give the round away, potentially get ground and pounded out of there because Jason Witt does have some decent ground and pound. But then at the same time, man, you got to worry about Jason Witt's chin, and I think it's real. It's not one of those exaggerated things. I think his chin is very suspect. He doesn't take a punch very well. It's not like he's common worthy where he gets punched and he just self destructs. He's dead after one punch, but he kind of is, man. Like he gets caught in all of his fights, and the problem with Phil Rowe is once he catches him, he's gonna follow it up with like 5 more shots. He's gonna come over to split the guard with a couple hooks, land some knees. Rowe does have some good striking. He's got straight punches, and it's like I said, man, he's got this windmill thing going where he just generates so much power. And so for this one, again, it's so back and forth, going back and forth all week. But I just can't trust Jason Witt's chin. But I also can't trust Phil Rowe. I don't want to say he has bad fight IQ, but he does do some stupid shit. Um, and just I don't know. There's just something about him. Like I think he could be so good. I'm still struggling to get a read on his ceiling. So I'm not too interested in betting either one of these guys outright. Though if you can really talk yourself into a side, you got really good value both ways pretty much. But what I like for this fight is I'm gonna go Philip Rowe by knockout in round two plus 850. Just put like $10 on it, and that's gonna be my play for this fight. Because here's what I'm thinking: Jason Witt is gonna get the takedown early. Philip Rowe loses the first round in his career a lot. He's gonna back up, and Jason Witt's gonna take him down and control him for much of the round. I don't think he's gonna get him out of there. I think he's just gonna control him. Maybe land a couple big elbows, couple big ground and pound shots. But I think Philip Rowe is going to do enough to at least tie him up. And then they're going to get to the second round, and I think that Philip Rowe is going to catch him. And once he stuns him, he's going to follow it up and get the knockout in round two. Plus 850, it's pretty good value. I think with how tight the line is on this fight, I'm very comfortable with having that be my play for this fight, man. I might use it in something else, but yeah, it's very good value at plus 850. You can do a very small wager, pocket change, and still make a decent profit off of it. Very good profit. So, Philip Rowe by round two knockout is my pick in this one. I'm not going to do it outright. I think if you wanted to bet Philip Rowe, you might be able to get a better live price if my scenario plays out. But at the same time, man, it's totally possible that Philip Rowe puts him out in the first round. I worry about Jason Witt's chin. I really do. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe, and take it easy.